guys, this is Lovely, your infidelity and confidence rebuilding coach. And today we're going to talk about how infidelity affects your career. So, infidelity can have far reaching consequences, not only affecting personal relationships, but also seeping into your professional life. And today we're going to talk about how infidelity can impact your career. Because a lot of us be holding on by a thread. And I promise you, when I went through this years ago, I was holding on by that much of a thread. Yes, I was. So, number one, decreased productivity. The assumption is that you can control your emotions, especially when it's such an intense set of emotions, right? Some people have been going through a situation within their relationship for so long that they're numb to the fact that it's starting to blow up. When you are going through such a tumultuous moment in your life, it is going to be very, very hard to stay focused and productive when your mind is not at work, right? When your mind is at home, when you're trying to figure out who, what, where, when, how, when you're trying to figure out who is about to catch these hands, when your mind is stuck with how can I get out of this house, when your mind is stuck with how can I get out of this relationship, when your mind is stuck on what about these kids, when your mind is stuck on what did I do wrong, it's very hard, right? Because the mental energy that you're spending processing the betrayal and the guilt and anxiety, it often leads us with less capacity to deal with professional shit. You're like, I know, I saw that you scheduled a meeting. I'm not going to be able to be in there. I'm going to need to stay in my office for 2 to 3 business minutes before I flip this whole table over. No? Well, can I get off? Okay, so you should leave me in this office then. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Number 2, damage professional relationships. I want you to hear me so clearly right now. Nobody at work knows what's happening in your household until somebody tells it, until somebody puts it on Facebook, until somebody has it on Instagram, until somebody puts it on a TikTok, unless you have somebody running their damn mouth on the other side of town and telling all your business, right? But if the infidelity becomes public, it may harm some of your professional relationships. Why? Because co-workers, supervisors, they might view the situation as a reflection of your character. You're thinking to yourself, well, who the fuck? Listen, this is the moment where you have to understand how you carry yourself throughout your life is a clear reflection of you. It doesn't matter what's going on. And nobody gives you a second chance to not blow up or to understand what you're going through. One, if the people at work nosy and they asking you questions and you never put it anywhere, it's none of their damn business. If the people at work ask you questions and you put it on the internet, you made it their business. Now, I'm not saying that you have to answer shit, because that's not what we're here for. This isn't a question and answer season. That's what I'm telling you. However, once you put it on the internet, people start making assumptions about you, right? They potentially undermine the trust that you've built in in that professional relationship, or even the respect that they have for you in the workplace. They may look at you as if oh, it must be something she did. It must be something that she didn't do. Or what kind of person would get cheated on like that? What kind of person would put it on the internet? What kind of person, oh, well, she never told me about it, so she must be being secretive. That must be, because that's how people think. They don't ever just sit down for 22 minutes and think to themselves, let me mind my business, sip my water, and then do my job. So think about that when we are moving throughout our professional space, because it's a lot of nosy rosies out here. Just don't you have something to do? Is this why you always late on your assignments? I sound better. Number 3, increased absenteeism. 1, the grief that you're going through requires a few days off. Some of us don't have that ability to just take off when we are feeling down, right? Some of us work at jobs where they won't even let you take off. If you were hit by a car, they won't let you take off. If you were almost killed, they won't let you take off. Because look, oh, you having a baby? Well, will you be back in a week? Boy, whew, I need to pay these bills. I need to pay these bills. But the stress of dealing with infidelity, such as attending counseling sessions or dealing with legal issues or simply needing some fucking mental health time off, can result in more frequent absentees and potentially affect your job performance and reliability. Listen to me. Take the time off, because if you don't heal now, when it finally bubbles up because you're having a disagreement with somebody at work who has nothing to do with the infidelity, but now your energy, your anger, your frustration, your stress levels, your anxiety is at an all-time high, and they get all of them words that really wasn't meant for them, that could cause issues with your job. And that's why I am a true believer in having EAPs that really talk about the different parts of your life, right? Because EAPs always focus on your professional, and then they'll say, well, we have some counseling sessions. But like, what happens if I don't want to go to the counselor? What happens if I just want to read a little bit of information? Like maybe there's a platform, maybe there's a place I can go where I can just read up on real life issues that come up, not just that somebody died. Because when an infidelity happens, it feels like something died. And a lot of the times something is dying, all right? It's just in a different form. So learning how to deal with grief, having information out there that can give you just more real life solutions is so important. So just think about that and try not to lay hands on anybody. Keep your paws to yourself. Number 4, career decision paralysis. Emotional distress might cloud your judgment, and it may lead you to make poor decisions in critical career moments, right? You may be in such a tumultuous state of mind that the career that you were actually building for, working towards, getting all of this education in, you may decide to walk away because emotionally you can't handle everything that's happening in your life, and it may affect your career. You may decide, fuck this, I'm going to move to another state and start all over again, which affects your career. It could be the fact that you decide, I'm going to go back to school, dig deep into school, and excel this career, but that's not what you want to do, right? Because one of the main factors in this career decision paralysis is that when you are going through betrayal, that fight, flight, or freeze is so real. It's so real, right? And it causes you to lose trust in your decision making. It causes you to lose trust and confidence, that confidence that you have in making decisions, right? And then it causes you to delay significant career moves because you're like, do I really know what I want to do? Is this where I want to be? Do I really want to stay at this job? Did I pick this job because of the marriage that I was in or the person that I was with? Has my life been a lie, right? And it causes you just to really lose confidence and focus. And sometimes we make uneasy decisions that we normally wouldn't make had we not been in that state of dismay or frustration or anxiety, because we're human. And when things hurt, it hurts. And you can't pretend that it doesn't hurt because it's going to come out in one way or the other. That's just the way it works itself out, no matter how you do it. And number 5, workplace gossip and reputation damage. Again, let me remind you, nobody knows what's happening in your house until you put it out there and or your significant other puts it out there. Somebody in your circle tells everybody, right? Because The only way gossip can happen is if people catch wind of something that's happening in your life. Unless people catch wind of a situation. Nosy people will come up with assumptions all day. If you don't validate what they're saying, they're still going to be nosy and gossip. But your personal business belongs with people who will create safe spaces for you to go through real life situations without all the back and forth. If infidelity involves somebody at work, look, I have another video I'm going to do about infidelity with somebody at work. Baby, it deserves its own video. Because if the infidelity involves someone at work or becomes known within your like professional circle, remember, minding your business is free. Minding your business is free. However, if you put your business out there, expect them to talk about it. If they're talking about your new wig, they damn sure going to talk about your relationship. If they're talking about your new nails, they damn sure going to talk about the infidelity you went through. If they're talking about the food you're eating for lunch, do you understand what I'm saying? It's going to happen, okay? If they already wanted to shoot you down, because how dare you be great at what you're great at, and now it's about time to peg that bitch down. I saw a video, and the video pretty much said it was a group of women who kept saying, I don't know. I just don't vibe with her. I just don't like her. Like, she's too nice. She's too put together. She's too pretty. She's too all these things. And when the lady said, no, I've gone through infidelity, all of a sudden those women were like, I just always liked you. Like, you seem so relatable. It was because they wanted to peg you down. They needed you to have trauma so that your goodness had some kind of, like, they could put you on the level that they felt that was most comfortable for them, right? And that happens at work. It can lead to workplace gossip. Check, can't stand you. It may tarnish your professional reputation. Check, can't stand you. And it may make it harder to thrive in that area of your career because depending on who's gossiping, listen, I know that we make the assumption that the little petty people, the people below management, are the only people who gossip. Just know your gossip makes it to the top. You just never hear about it. So pay attention to how you live your life. Okay? What you're not ashamed of won't hurt you. What you don't attach shame to won't hurt you. What you don't attach guilt to won't hurt you. However, if you still have some shame and some guilt that you're dealing with, if you aren't working on healing, if you aren't far enough out into your healing journey, when all that information comes back, it's going to be like, well, who the fuck told you that? And that can affect your career. But by addressing the emotional aftermath of infidelity through like counseling, self-care, coaching, mentoring, most of us can mitigate the negative impacts of our professional lives and find ways to move forward and like with more clarity and more purpose. But you got to get through it. And again, get a counselor, find a therapist. Maybe you need to see a psychiatrist for how you're feeling to deal with that. You may need to be on medication. Maybe you need to go see somebody, Reiki done. You may have these sound baths. You may need to meditate. You should be praying to whatever higher spirit that you believe in. If you don't even have that, meditate as much as you can. Find reasons to focus on the positive parts of your life, rebuilding trust in yourself, rebuilding confidence in yourself, learning about healthy boundaries, learning how to communicate with yourself and other people that you love, building a great support system outside of your job, learning how to make sure that people are minding their business, drinking their water, and doing their job, right? That's what we're doing. Minding our business, drinking our water, doing our job, clocking out, and going home. Okay? So, I'm just saying, pay attention to what's going on. But infidelity definitely can seep into your professional life and change the way you are used to operating. So, boy, I can tell you, trying to have that duality of everything's fine when it's not fine, and you think it's fine, but it's not fine, and I must look great, but you don't look great. I ain't pretending, all right? I lost about 40 pounds. Lost about 40 pounds, lost my mind, found myself, found God again, got my life back together, moved forward. Baby, while it was happening, I had a great support system. And they are the ones who brought me through this, because I was eating one piece of chicken, two pieces of broccoli, sip of water, and going to sleep. And that was in a day. So you're not by yourself. You are not by yourself, right? Because we're all on this healing journey. This is your tribe. I am a part of your tribe now, right? Because we're learning to create healthy ways to articulate our feelings, wants, needs, and desires so that we can better advocate for ourselves and the people that we love. And in this situation of infidelity or betrayal, cheating, whatever you want to call it, you need to have support, be it a community online, be it a support group that you go visit, be it family, friends, your church. It could be other women who have gone through it, but there are safe spaces where they're not talking about your business, when they're not in your face, and when they are protecting your back when your back is turned. Such a huge part of it. I promise you that. Please like, share, subscribe. I know these topics can be pretty heavy, but I promise you, we are working on healing. I'm here to help walk with you while you rebuild you, while you learn how to pivot, because this ain't no joke, baby. And doing it together makes it so much easier than you trying to do it by yourself. You be good. Bye, guys.